I always like to ask the successful person, which is you, what they saw themselves as when they were younger. So, what did young Mike, did he see himself as an NFL player? Like, did you want that when you were young?
Not NFL, but I definitely wanted to be a pro athlete. I wanted to play basketball, play in the NBA.
That's
Dwayne Wade's
good.
my favorite athlete growing up,
What?
so I always wanted to play basketball.
Okay, so you basically grew up a two-sport athlete and you feel like you probably
Yeah.
gravitated more towards basketball. Well, what age when you were like junior high, was it high school? What age did you become like that standout?
Probably when I got to high school. I knew I was good. When I was younger, but I had a lot to learn, and then my body, grew, and I got some size on me, and then
How big did you grow? What kind of growth spurt did you hit?
my freshman year, I was always like kind of one of the top guy, top, the tallest in the class. I mean, and
Uh-huh.
when I got to high school is when I grew to the tallest. So when I was a freshman, I was 6 foot, and then sophomore year I was 6'4",
Oh my
and then I grew
gosh.
one more
What?
inch after that, and then
So you had to have been a little bit awkward growing into your body at that point, but people just started to recognize like, okay, this kid is athletic, and you were killing
yeah.
it at that time, basketball and football in high school.
I played football ninth grade, but I stopped playing. I just focused on basketball, and then I picked up football my senior year again.
What?
Um, so that
So that
happened.
got you a scholar. You went to Texas A&M, right?
Correct.
And so you played football basically 2 years and went to Texas A&M.
I played middle school and little league, but I didn't play
Literally,
10th and
oh
11th
my
grade. I played 1 year on varsity. Yeah, I played 1 year varsity football, and decided to play football at the next level.
What? Okay, so what was that like? Just, because I came from West Virginia, and so I'm small town, small city, and then I go to UConn, which is like the mega of women's basketball. What was
Yeah,
that
it
like
is.
going from high school, that jump, high school to now you're at Texas A&M? Johnny Football was there with you during
Hmm.
your time. Like, what is that like?
Oh, it was amazing. Uh, my college years, I had some of the funnest years of my life. I'm sure you can attest to that.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
what do you have? Three national championships?
Well, I have two in the WNBA,
Two.
one in college.
Yeah, one.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. They almost
Yeah.
win every year.
So
I'm a huge UConn fan.
what? I know
Diana
you told me
Taurasi is
that.
my favorite. Diana Taurasi is my favorite of all time.
Shouts to the OG Goaty. She's
Yeah,
actually going to be in Space Jam. Shouts to the GOAT. But what was
yeah.
it like on campus, Texas A&M? Now you're playing there. Y'all have a good program. As I talked about, Johnny
Hmm.
Football came. He's the quarterback. Like, what was it like being on the national stage now?
Like I said, it was great. I learned a lot. I redshirted my first year. Sat
Mhm.
behind some really good receivers. Had some good coaches there, and everything just started to pan out for me. My body started getting stronger. I started understanding the game more, able to read coverages, being more physical, got faster, and
Yeah.
just took off, and it was a fun time.
I love that. And so I don't know if you know, but I have this one because it's the Beast, and it's an FCF league. Johnny Football is playing in the FCF league now. Have you heard about the league? Have you seen it?
Yeah, I like the 2 point conversion is a one on one.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that. That's a cool
the one
idea.
on one. Yeah, and so like just speaking of that, so you had an unbelievable season. I think every time I turned around, you were breaking another record and another record. And so, what was it like before the championship when it was like, oh, okay, Tom Brady's coming to our team before the season? Like, what was your initial reaction? Like, did everybody kind of know, like, oh, it's on, like, we're about to be that good now?
Yeah, it felt very surreal. Tom Brady, you never think he's going to leave New England in the first place. But then
No.
he ends up in Tampa Bay. We haven't made the playoffs in it was like 12 or 13 years or something like that, if I'm not
Right.
mistaken. And he
Yeah.
just changed the franchise around. It
And
was
what
unbelievable.
And like, was it an instant culture thing? Because a lot of people have a question, like, because it's really bizarre. Like, it's not normal, I should say, for an athlete to be amazing in one team and then go to a whole new different program. Like, what is it? Like, did you feel the effect, the Tom Brady effect in practice? Like, because you were there the year before and then the year when he came. So, like, did it feel like you guys were like championship or Super Bowl or bust? Like, what was the team mood, I would say?
Everything that he brought, it was very infectious. Him and Gronkowski as well,
Oh, wow.
two really big key free agents for us, and they They brought that winning pedigree and that winning mindset, and we just we fed off that. We were hungry. We wanted to accomplish what they had done before. So
Yeah.
it was a great mix, and hopefully we can do it again next year.
Facts. I'm wishing for you. So you were breaking records. I think you what? Let me make sure I read this. The only player to ever start their career with 7 straight 1,000-yard receiving. Like I'm telling you, you had a lot of accolades. Have you even had a chance to kind of just take in winning the Super Bowl, take in the amazing season you had? Like, have you taken that in yet?
The record it had, I've been working on that for a little while, but the Super
Yeah.
Bowl is a little newer. I've never even been to the playoffs until this season, and we
Crazy.
win 4 straight games and win it all on our home turf, which was amazing to be the first team to ever do that. It hasn't really sunk in yet, but I know one thing: I want to win another one. I like this
Yes,
feeling,
sir.
but it doesn't. It's amazing, but I can't even like put it into words. Like it hasn't even sunk in yet.
Well, so you talked about, I'm glad you brought that up because like every championship, I've won a championship in my city. And so in 2015, we won in Minnesota and then Prince
Nice.
invited us to Paisley Park. What is it like in Tampa after you guys win it? Like, is the streets crazy? What was that moment? Like, did you even get to see the streets? Or I know y'all had a boat party, which I'm gonna ask about next, but like,
Yeah.
what was the city like?
I mean, after it was a crazy
Mhm.
night in Tampa. Crazy night. Um, I got on my party bus with my family, and we went straight to the house, freshened up, and then went out. I had a little private family party, but it
Nice.
was it was a great night. And then the boat parade. I didn't
Tell me
expect
about the
that.
boat parade. Who has a boat parade? First of all, like who has it was genius, honestly, in the times of COVID and a
It
pandemic.
was.
It was actually genius because I remember when the Lakers won in the bubble, they were pretty upset that they couldn't have like a celebration moment, but you guys
Yeah.
figured out a way. What is a boat championship parade like?
I've never had a normal parade, championship parade, but
Yeah.
I feel like all championship parades should be a boat parade because
What?
I was not expecting that. I was not expecting
What?
the whole city of Tampa was out there, Renee.
That's
It was
crazy.
crazy. I thought it was gonna be just a few people. We were gonna ride around a little bit on the boats. We rode long and so many people in a boat on jet skis, big boats. It was crazy.
Gosh.
Tom
How long
throwing
were
the
y'all out
trophy.
there? Now tell me about because we all saw Tom Joe the trophy. Like, what in the world? Like, is that normal? Because I think a lot of people were surprised to see Tom having
Yeah.
fun, because they see athletes as these like stern, you know what I mean, robots.
Yeah.
But like, is that norm? Like, does he chop it up and have fun like that? Or is it only fun at the end for him?
Well, he doesn't party and drink or anything like that, but he's a very
Oh,
down to earth guy and he's a cool guy with everybody. Um, but that boat parade, everybody was turned up.
oh yeah, as you should be. If you win a championship, you have a right to be turned up. How long were y'all on the boat? I'm just curious. Like, how long
It
did the
was
parade
about
last?
maybe 2.5 to 3 hours, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so we've talked about the championship, but I want to actually bring up another quarterback because you said they actually had a clip of you in the game. You were like, he's a magician with the ball. And I'm talking about Patrick Mahomes. Can you
Hmm.
just talk about how football is changing? And people that understand football will understand it's not your typical have to stand in the pocket. We saw Michael Vick have that first big shift of the mobile quarterback. Where did Patrick Mahomes take that like to the next level in a sense, the new age quarterback?
Well, he's the total package though. So he's tough. The background style has been around a while. NFL teams, you see it more in college and high school, but it's rare for an NFL team to have, a guy that can, make plays outside the pocket, inside the pocket, just
Exactly.
backpedal, throws off the back foot. He can run it. Ball placement is crazy good. Arm strength's crazy good. Durability. He has the mind. He's one of a kind. Pat Mahomes
Yeah.
is really one of a kind. Really cool guy as well. But that style of quarterback is so hard to defend because you got to defend three things: throw on the run, throw in the pocket, and he can
Yeah.
run it himself. So those quarterbacks are always
I
hard to defend.
I love that. And something about Patrick Mahomes and you that have in common is y'all are both very willing to give back. I mean, you have the Mike Evans Family Foundation. You donated 100K in COVID relief and then donated to social causes. Why do you feel that's important to do that?
Well, I've been blessed throughout my life to have great people around to show me the way, and I've had a lot of people help me get to where I am today. So I just want to pay it forward, while I'm in this position because we're all blessed to be here, and I feel like it's our right. To whom much is given, much is required, and I believe that.
I love that. And I don't know if you saw recently, but there was a soccer player that had basically came to LeBron and basically told him to shut up and
It's,
dribble.
It's
But
Latin, it's Leighton.
yeah,
Yeah, I saw
exactly.
that.
Yeah, but in 2016, before even all of this 2020 stuff happened, you had actually already taken a stand.
Hmm.
Can you just talk about what made you want to be vocal about that back in 2016 before all the 2020 stuff happened?
Yeah, I mean, it was just something on my heart. I was upset. I didn't think that it was the right thing to do. I thought, I was just taking a stand and just, doing, I seen Cap do it earlier in the season, and I said I'll definitely kneel in if Donald Trump wins the presidency as a way to peacefully protest and try to bring awareness to it. I did it for one game, and honestly, if I wasn't in a team sport, I probably would have did it longer. But it, I did what I did, and I also did it again in the season after one time just to help raise awareness again.
And I like that because you talk about raising awareness. You're half black, half white, so you
Hmm.
understand just the different dynamics that go into things. You also were a part of the More Than a Vote team. How did that
Hmm.
become about? Like, what was your efforts with More Than a Vote? As you know,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
also work with More Than a Vote. So just talk about that. That was a 2020 thing, and getting into that.
I mean, it was obviously very important as well. In this election, I feel, somebody from the Bucks organization asked if I, wanted to be a part of it because they know I love to give back and help, the minority groups. And it was an easy yes because people like you, Kevin Hart was on there. A lot of people was on that team.
Right.
Carlton Davis, a guy from my team, was on there. So it was easy to be a part of and try to help make change.
Yeah, so what do you think about like the climate of right now? Like looking back on 2020, if you had to describe like 2020 in a
Mhm.
sentence and then like what how would you describe it? Because like 2020 wasn't bad for everyone,
Yeah.
some good came out of 2020 because we had an election in November. But just if you just had to sum up 2020 and what you took from it, what would that be?
I mean, it was obviously one of the worst years I've ever seen. Um,
Yeah.
a lot of you know great figures dying that people look up to were
Yeah.
passing away, and that was very hurtful for a lot of people. COVID,
Yeah. Rest in peace to
obviously,
Kobe Bryant. Yeah.
yeah, Kobe, Chadwick Boseman, a lot of
Oh,
lot of lot of icons passed, and it was a tough year in that aspect. And then you throw COVID in the mix, and then just people can't see their families, people can't leave the house, people are dying. It was a terrible terrible year, but you know you can't you can't just sit back and just be hateful and be mad at the world. You got to just keep on going and find that positive light because life goes on, and you just gotta find a way to just make make it positive.
I like that. And you spoke about positive light. And I saw after your championship game, you were literally giving away everything. Like everything. I couldn't believe it because you see, I like to hoard my stuff. I got the
Yeah.
bottles up there. And you
The
were like,
Wheaties box.
yeah, I keep it
I
all.
got you.
But I saw you were giving stuff away. Like, what made you just want to be like, you know what? I'm going to just give it out, let everyone else enjoy it.
I was just happy, just in the moment. I saw a Bucks fan up there, and I just threw the helmet away, threw my cleats away.
Seriously.
So it's just I like memorabilia, but not to that extent. Like most people,
That's
like
crazy.
like you. But I kept my jersey though, so that's
Okay,
good.
so at
They
least
got the
you kept the
patch, Super Bowl
jersey.
patch.
Because that's what I was gonna ask. Like, I know you didn't give away your jersey, Mike. Like, come on. Okay, so I wanted to ask you too. I like to ask athletes this sometimes. Why number 13?
Well, it just happened. I got lucky. In college, in high school, my football number was number 5, and when I got to
Okay.
Texas A&M, they assigned me 82. because 5 was taken, and they just gave me
Mhm.
82. So my first year I redshirted, I was 82. And the guy coming back again, he was about to be a senior. So he was a junior, and then he was about to be a senior. My redshirt freshman year, I wanted 5, but I couldn't get it. So 13 was available or 82. So I chose 13. I thought it looked a little bit better, and then I kept it ever since.
Yeah, because athletes were very particular. Like, I feel like this is my year. It's 2021. This is my year. I'm number 21. So I'm like, can't nobody tell me nothing. This is my year. And speaking of years, so you had an amazing year. Like, have you seen, do you know what your Madden rating is?
I don't. I know it was in the 90s. I don't know what it is now.
Yeah, because I like to ask athletes about their Madden rating. So are you like comfortable? I mean, in the 90s, you don't really have much to be mad at. Do you like your Madden rating? Like, are you feeling your Madden rating or what?
I'm not. I always think I should be higher. I always think I should be higher, but
Every athlete says that is so funny. Yeah, you got to be higher. So,
I
what's
got
your
to be
skill
higher.
sets? Like, tell me, like Madden style. You know how they have the lines. So, what do you specialize in, Mike?
I mean, honestly, I can do it all. I got range. I can catch in traffic. They got that on Madden. Spectacular catch.
Yeah.
Um, Toughness. That should be 100 overall.
I,
Speed. They they realize Madden's realizing I'm a little bit faster than they thought I was. So they're kind of
yeah,
respecting me a little bit more on the speed, but I should be about a 93, 94 speed.
I like that.
Um, yeah,
Okay, so are you a gamer? I mean, you got the
yeah,
gamer headphones on right now, so I'm
yeah. I'm a
like, you
gamer.
you felt like a gamer talk. So, what games do you like to play in your free time?
I love playing Fortnite. I
Oh Lord,
love I love that game.
so are you good though? Like, because
I'm
people love to play it. Are
I
you
can
good
play.
at it?
I'm solid. I'm a solid player. I can hold my
Okay.
own.
Okay, because like I think like there's a lot of a group of people that play, and so I'm thinking about having like a
Mhm.
Fortnite tournament and seeing like who can put up and who can play. So I might have to
I
hit
can
you up
play.
to
I'd
see.
I'd be in it if I'm available. I'm
Yeah,
playing. Yeah, definitely.
that's slick. Because I think I'm about to have a celebrity one. So that's dope that you play. Do you play any other games?
I play Call of Duty Warzone and NBA
Okay.
2K.
Bomb. Yes, let's
Yeah.
go. All right, perfect. So it hypothetically, because you used to be a ball, like, well, I mean, you still probably play basketball every now and then,
Every
but
now and again.
hypothet every now and then.
I slowed down
So
a little bit. My
oh.
contract got a little bigger, and I had to
Had to
slow it
lock
down.
in,
Yeah.
lock in. Because I was going to say, do you still hoop? But what kind of player were you, like basketball wise? Were you a slasher, a shooter? I know you had some size, but like, what position were
Yeah.
you?
I was recruited to play the 1 through 3. Some smaller schools wanted me to play the 4.
Mm,
I could get rebounds. I could bang in there, and I'm
yeah,
physical, but I didn't want to be a big. I feel like I was more of a guard.
yeah.
I could pass, play defense. 1 through 4. Uh, High IQ. I was a solid 2-way player.
I like
I
that.
was a
I
solid
like
2-way player.
that. So no regrets on going the football route then, I guess, obviously seeing
Well,
all the
now,
success that you
obviously not. Obviously not. I went to
yeah.
college at Texas A&M to play football. If I would have played basketball, I would have went to Texas. So I would have missed the opportunity
Hey,
on, what I'm saying, meeting my wife at Texas A&M, playing with
that's
Johnny Football,
dope.
meeting all my great friends that I met. So I don't
Oh,
regret it.
okay, so I love to ask people about their spouse. How did you guys meet? Like what happened? So y'all are college
Mhm.
sweethearts. That's amazing.
Yeah. Her best friend was talking to my roommate, and so they came over to the house one time, and then I met her. And right off the bat, I knew she was so cool, down to earth. We were just having fun. She was beautiful. But at the time, she was in a relationship with her high school boyfriend, and I was in a relationship with my baby mom. And
Oh.
she was just always around, and we were just always, just very compatible, and had a good time together. So it just
I
worked
love
out.
that. And this is the thing that people, if there's young kids that watch a lot of these shows, and they're probably going to be like, oh, they met in person because now, like, I have a 13-year-old, and it's like meeting in person is almost like old school in a sense. So you guys
Yeah,
actually met in person. So for the kids that don't know, there's things other than apps that you can find to date people. But
absolutely.
talk about being a dad. Like I mean,
Mhm.
you were a dad at a young age, and how did that mature you if and sculpt you?
It definitely matured me, and it made me more patient. Uh,
Yeah.
it's somebody else that I have to provide for, and
Yeah.
that's your kid. You gotta give them the best, show them the right way, and they're definitely shaping the man that I've become. And I love being a pops. It's the greatest feeling in the world.
I agree. I agree. Oh, Mike, I thank you for hopping on here. I know that people are going to be going crazy. You are the Super Bowl. I don't even know what number. I should probably know. What
55. I
55?
just got it tattooed on my chest too. It hurts.
You are tatted up. There is any more space, so you really got it tatted. I thought you said something about that after the game too. All right, like you were talking with your
Yeah,
teammates or
I just
something. I
got
was
it
like,
tatted on my chest. It hurt. It ain't done yet, but it's almost done. It's pretty much done.
we can't see it, or is it like, can you
No, y'all
reveal
can
it
see it.
yet?
Let's see. Let's see.
Let me see, because
Let's
I
see.
actually saw the clip where you were talking to people about it.
You see
Oh
it?
snap! You really
There we
got
go.
it done. Is it still sore?
It hurt. It ain't too
Oh,
bad, but it was hurting last night. That's why I couldn't finish.
oh my! Oh, it was just last night.
It was last night. Yeah.
It's wild because I actually saw the video of you saying, "Yo, we gonna tat it or what?" Like you was kind of like you
Yeah.
was rolling. I love that. But Mike, I thank you so much for hopping on here right quick with me on Remotely Renee.
No problem. Thanks for having me.